Growing up, I had a Sega Saturn for a little bit. Not sure what happened to it, must have broke or something. But we had a couple of games for it, which was Virtua Cop, a disc with several games or demos, and that's about it. I played Virtua Cop so much with my father back in the day. It was one of the few games we played together, alongside the Battle Arena Toshinden games on PS1, and then Bloody Roar 3 on the PS2. But since I don't want seizures or migraine, let alone give you guys one, I'll be reviewing the PS2 version of Virtua Cop. Yeah, apparently this existed all these years, but of course, it was exclusive to Japan and Europe. We Americans get the short end of everything. Back in the day, I swear.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
So anyways, Virtua Cop is a rail shooter arcade game, originally an arcade cabinet before coming to consoles and PC back in the day. Each one varying in quality. I'd say this one is the best looking one. Even comes with Virtua Cop 2 in a single package, but I'm only interested in the first.
Well, we're waiting.
Control-wise, it takes some getting used to. The D-pad is more restrictive to move your crosshair, so you use the left analog stick instead, but it's a little more floaty and zigzags all over the place. You can adjust this in the settings, but it still is a pain. Versus using a light gun, which obviously I don't have and I can't use because it's emulation. Then you use the square button to shoot and circle to reload, and that's the controls. It took a while to get used to, but I managed to get it in the end.
No shit.
There are 3 stages in the game, which is small, but back in then, that was a lot. People today forget how content-packed modern games tend to be. Anyways, each stage is themed after a different location. The first one is the docks, with a rocket launcher in 1980s action star movie boss.
Put the cookie down! Now!
The second one is my least personal favorite, and it's the construction yard. I mean, it's just fugly to look at. It's just so brown. It's more brown than a Taco Bell public restroom.
Who wants chowder?
So you move through the second level, barely able to see most things when all you see is literal dookie. I died here so many times, more than I would like to admit, and enemies can be up close or so far away, and given their dark suits that they wear, they blend in with the background, making it hard for me to see them half the time before it's too late. Especially when there ain't no timing crosshair appearing to let you know they're about to shoot you, let alone throw freaking grenades or axes. Anyways, eventually, once you make your way through it enough, fighting your way through hordes of enemies, grenade throwers, axe throwers, people popping up right in front of your face to hit you with an axe, let alone try to run you over with a dump truck. Yeah, that happens too. You eventually make your way into a warehouse and fight the boss, who's another ripped dude who looks like a generic 90s bad guy as possible, but this time he shoots a flamethrower, and after he gets hit enough, he retreats behind the crates and swarms you with a bunch of goons. This fight is just too much and I hate it, but eventually you win and move on to the third level.
Oh, my favorite!
The final level is an office building, and the enemies are in larger amounts than ever before. You'll struggle as 10 of them will pop out of nowhere, and then you got those axe throwers and grenade throwing D-bags to deal with several times, and they always get me half the time without me realizing that they're there. And the grenades come flying out from such a far distance that you can barely see it before it pops into your face, and you realize, ah crap, I don't have time to react to that.
God damn it!
Honestly, I do love this stage though, as it's more challenging, yet not as difficult as everything else tends to be in the other stages, especially the second one, because everything's more up close, and they don't blend, the bad guys, they don't blend into the background as much in this one. So thank God there's no brown dookie from an AVGN episode all over the place anymore.
It's
Shipickle.
By the end of the stage, you've made it to the top floor and must fight Kingpin. Yeah, it's literally Kingpin from Spider-Man, or just every rich white guy ever, if you will. He's the easiest boss, however, as his hitbox is huge and he goes down quickly. In the end, you complete all 3 stages in any order you wish, and then once you complete all 3, you get an ending. And the ending takes place depending on which final stage you complete, which is a nice touch.
10.
Overall, the game is a lot of fun. It still holds up well enough. For an arcade port, it looks good as you're probably going to get at the time. And controls, once you figure it out, they're okay. So yeah, I recommend Virtua Cop 1 for the PS2. I may one day even look at 2, as I never played any other version of Virtua Cop besides the first on Sega Saturn. But still, it was a nice trip down memory lane, as I haven't played this game since I was like 6 or 7 years old. Now if you excuse me, I need to get back to work making more videos, even though my channel ain't growing at all. Welcome to trying to be a YouTuber.